Hey there, Dan Martell here, serial entrepreneur, investor, and creator of SaaS Academy. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to define your ideal customer profile, also known as your ICP, for your B2B SaaS business, so that way you can focus on the customers that are excited, ready, and willing to buy your solution. Be sure to stay to the end, where I'm going to share with you my Rocket Demo Builder. Essentially, it's a process for doing demo calls that will allow you to close twice as fast and not do a boring demo. So recently I was working with a coaching client, and one of the struggles they were having is really getting the market to resonate with their solution. They have an incredible technology that allows agencies to connect their project information with their financial dashboard to show them profitability, but it wasn't resonating as exciting as they thought it would with the market. So what we did is we went through the 6 core aspects of an ideal customer profile that I'm going to share with you to make sure that we could find not only a focused customer segment, but also the geography. If you think about even just compression in a market or awareness, focusing on a geography is going to allow you to kind of build a mini brand in a location, because if all of the customers that are similar start using your solution, they're all going to talk about it. They're all going to be raving fans, and it's going to allow you to kind of expand. The way I think about it is like air pressure in a tire. It's really those last few pumps that give it the definition of the tire, but it's all that focus and work of pumping up until that point. And that's what we want to do by nailing a customer profile, is so that you can actually start to make the job of marketing and sales easier on yourself. So these are the 6 key areas that I look at when working with a client. Number 1, Firma Graphics. The firm, the business, what's true about them? What industry are they in? What vertical do they specialize in? What's their revenue band right now? What is their percent of growth? I mean, do you want to work with a company that's losing market share every year? No. So here's what usually happens is you're going to get stuck on this because you're like, well, I know who I want to work with, but who can I work with based on our product? Think about it this way. You're always going to start typically at the bottom or the mid part of the market, and over time your product matures and you're going to be able to grow up. So where could you really push the limits of the size of deals and the size of customers that you could work with based on the solution that you have today that you know has sold really well into that to that industry? And that is the firmographic information that you want to use to apply to the profile. Number 2, demographic traits. Think of the demographics of where your best customers hang out. So, you know, if I was selling software to the music industry, I'd probably be in LA. If I was trying to sell to the financial industry, I'd probably be in New York or on Bay Street in Canada. So you got to ask yourself, where is the highest concentration of companies that I want to target? And then also ask yourself, where maybe it's a physical thing. Maybe they have stores. Maybe there's a certain part of, you know, if you're selling farm software, maybe it's the Midwest. But understanding geography and the demographics is a huge filter of focus for you to go after your ideal customer profile. Number 3, Technographic Tools. Essentially, your ideal customer has a tech stack. They have a marketing stack. They have an HR stack. They have a sales stack. They have a workflow stack, an ERP solution, whatever it is. If you look at your best customers, or you think of what would be true about my best customers, they probably already use a certain technology stack. This is the cool part, is today there's tools like Built With, a site that allows you to monitor and build a list of qualified leads of companies that are using certain technologies. There's other ones that can do internal technology adoption, and the way they do that is they analyze the positions that are being posted from a recruiting point of view to see what kind of technologies they're asking that the candidates have experience in, and then reverse engineering that for you. So Technographic Tools is a huge opportunity for you to really trim down. If you have 50,000 potential customers, trim it down into the best 800 for you to go after based on your solution and the technologies they're probably already using, and maybe some integrations you built, so that you can get those sales done quicker. Number 4, Psychographic Drivers. At the end of the day, there are definitely mindset, beliefs, and values that people have that if they have the wrong ones will make your job ridiculously hard to get them to adopt your technology. And if they have the right ones, it's almost like they're pulling your solution to them. Just think about like fixed mindset people versus growth mindset, early adopters versus laggards. Now you might be thinking, well, how can I even validate that when I'm trying to design my ideal customer profile? It's not that you can do it up front, but you can definitely define it. My best customers, the people that I love to work with, the ones that I get the best results for, have these values, they have these belief systems. These are the things that are true about them. Just answer that question, put it on the list, and you'd be surprised how that will inform your salespeople, your marketing people, to produce content that attracts those people, to have conversation that qualifies the bad people or the bad prospects out of your list, to make it way easier to have success in your solution. Because to me, SaaS should stand as success as a service, not software as a service, because that's what you want for your customers. You want to get them results, and making sure they have the right psychographic traits is a huge part of it. Number 5, roles. Think about the buyer in the business. Now, if you sell to mid-market or enterprise customers, there's probably several people involved in buying. So you want to define the roles within your organization depending on who you put as an ideal customer profile so that you can ensure that the marketing team or the salespeople are building that connection in those relationships with the several people, from your champions, your internal champions, to the economic buyer, to whoever it is that's going to be adopting the technology. They need to be on board. The complexity of sales right now is almost like there's always a group of people that are going to be involved in making that decision. If you don't put the list of those roles from the company you've identified, maybe in the Firma Graphic information you've listed, then you won't be able to properly ask questions and qualifying them to make sure that you reach out and connect and build relationships with those people to make the sales process easier. Number 6, name your avatar. Now, one of my favorite things to do with my coaching clients is to name their avatar. And I'm always looking for typically an industry or vertical specific understanding or role, and then giving them a name that starts with the same letter. So HubSpot is famous for marketing Mary, and I know that Amazon and all the top companies have an avatar. They've named them. Some of them put a physical object in a chair in a meeting room so that everybody knows that at the end of the day, we're trying to serve that person. I have one of my coaching clients, David. He went so far about focusing on ideal customer profiles that he put out a whole printed avatar of his perfect customer and stuck it on the wall. So got it printed with a face and a description of what they are or who they are. And then to just even nail that even further, they put it, the PITA, the pain in the on the other side. So they kind of have the good guy and the bad guy of who they love to work with and who they don't want to attract. And they make sure that everybody sees that in the conference room. That's the level of detail. So for me, I like to work with what I call software scaling SAM. This is typically, and this could be Sam or Samantha, and these are people that want to scale their growth business. There's a whole bunch of different characteristics that I've used and defined just like I've shared with you, but it's really important that you name your avatar. So the 6 aspects of an ideal customer profile in ICP: 1, firmographic details; 2, demographic traits; 3, technographic tools; 4, psychographic drivers; 5, roles; and 6, name your avatar. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I want to share an incredible resource to help you close deals faster. It's called my Rocket Demo Builder, and in it I talk about the 5 key principles that you need to start leveraging in your sales communication, and the 9-box model and really conversation flow that you can use to start not giving a boring demo and get people to buy way quicker than you're doing right now. So you can click the link below and download that. If you like this video, be sure to click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and be sure to share this video with anybody you think it might serve. As per usual, I want to challenge you to live a bigger life and a bigger business. I'll see you next Monday. Pop collars. Dollar, dollar, gonna keep your pop collar.